Okay. So surrogate keys. Surrogate keys are a system generated keys. It's only the combination, it's only numerical values. It's a system generated key and it is implemented at dimension table. Okay. So here there is no possibility of not null values. Nulls are not allowed. And data is unique. So here why we implement surrogate key is like to identify the number of transactions. So for example, I want to know the total number of transactions happen on that particular table, so here with the help of surrogate key, if you give an identifier, okay, for one transaction alone, until it gets closed, starting from the generation of the invoice until the bill settlement to the vendor. I mean, until the transaction is getting closed. So those are, we will be calling it as a sequence number. Okay. For another example, you can say for Aadhaar card is for surrogate key is like your Aadhaar number. Okay. So everyone here we have Aadhaar card, right? Everyone here we have Aadhaar cards. Agree? So that is some number. So that number is generated by a system. Okay. So while fetching the data, so they will give some enrollment number with the today's dates, something like that. So while generating the number, they will process all the records at once. Okay, so on daily basis, and it will based on the time that has been allocated of the enrollment time and date, and they will process the request and they will assign a number to you. So that other number is also, we'll call it as a surrogate key number. Agree? So here in Aadhaar database, we will be storing all these values. Okay.
Yes,
Similarly, here where we can implement surrogate keys. Surrogate keys are implemented at dimension tables, like customer dimension, product dimension. Okay. So we want to know the total number of transactions, total number of entries that has been involved. Okay. So this is one thing. And how we can implement surrogate keys. Surrogate keys are implemented in two ways. One is surrogate key generation stage. Surrogate key generation stage, that is one thing. Surrogate key generation stage, and the next one is, transformer stage. So by using transformer stage, we will implement surrogate keys. Okay, so transformer is a all-rounder function in DataStage. So why transformer stage is all-rounder function? Because it performs various data processing methods. It performs filters. It performs data type conversion. It helps us to evaluate some creating stage variables. We can call the system variables, and we can generate surrogate keys. We can handle string functions. Okay. So I hope everyone started going through the transformation functions. Okay. So last Sunday, I have shared one playlist, right? So if you try to view that playlist, that you can't, outsiders cannot see the playlist. Okay. So let me show you the clear picture. So what is a playlist? Playlist is a group of activity that perform in the YouTube. Okay. So if you go to my channel, okay, so I'm opening another email. If you go to playlist, can't see. So only these are there. Okay. So they can go here. If the video is unlisted, even that cannot be seen. Okay. So here they have to come to videos and they have to see. There are transformation function videos that are publicly can watched, and they have to go here and watch. Okay, so the content is here. 35 to 40% content is available. That is even that is available also, but it's not in order. So that is the reason you have to enroll for a training program, right? So if you try to see in actual this thing, let me open. Okay. So now let's see here the playlist. Go to playlist. So here you can see. So there are different VMware installation. These and all I will be see unlisted. Unlisted. So which are unlisted means those videos are mainly that will be provide access to the paid members only. Okay. So you can see here transformation functions. Okay. So only paid members, I will be providing this link to the paid members. And here scenarios, real-time interview scenarios. So total we have 31. So 31 I am going to upload in Google Drive. So maybe on Monday. So there are few topics that has to be completed. Change data capture, slowly changing dimension. So then I will upload this real-time videos in this drive. Okay. So those who don't have access to this drive, you can approach me. Okay. So here you can see membership only. For those folks only, this video can be viewed. If you try to view here, another email account, let's see what happens. So you cannot watch. See, so there are some few videos that I have allowed, and if you see the fourth one, okay. So these videos will really helpful for you to crack the interviews. So nowadays in interview they will ask scenarios. Okay, so we should the input is this and expected output is this. Okay, so we have to frame the logic. Okay, so for that is the reason you have to go through all the concepts. Okay, right. So yeah, so surrogate keys are implemented by using surrogate key generation stage and transformer stage. Okay, so now let's do an example. Okay, so here I will create a sample, basic sample here. I need some data, right? Okay, so what I will do is I will create a row generator stage. So how many of you are aware of this row generator stage? It's create a mock data. Okay, then let's go for this particular surrogate key generation stage. Okay, so it has single input link and single output link. And let's see the file. Okay, as surrogate key generation stage has single input link and single output link. Okay, now double click on. So here let's generate some sample 10 records or 12 records, or let it be 10. Okay, and here what I'm doing. So here you have to enter the columns, right, to create a mock data. So I'm entering tech name. Okay. And so double click on one here. algorithm cycle value. Okay. So here you can consider data stage. Close. And here you can view the data for the mock data that we have created. What is taking more than expected time? Is it not responding status? Okay, let's wait. So here you can see, guys, tech name data stage. Okay. So here we have generated 10 records. It's a mock data. Okay. So for example, you can define a file. Instead of file, I use here the row generator, the stage. So this particular stage will help us to create a mock data. Okay. So now the next step is we have to generate the surrogate keys. Okay. So surrogate keys can be implemented in surrogate key generation stage, and the other one is transformer stage. So now in this exercise, we will key stage. So double click on surrogate key stage. So here you have to provide the input, the output column where the sequence numbers, surrogate keys numbers are getting generated. Okay. So here I will give the name as SK, surrogate key G. Okay. Surrogate key number. And here, whenever if you want to generate a number, surrogate key means what? It's a unique number. For example, today, some 10 transactions has happened. Imagine, okay. So tomorrow, again, some new entries will come, right? New entries are new entries in the system. So again, it has to start from 11th record onwards. Okay. So to handle that scenario, what we can do is we'll be passing a 0 byte file. Okay. So how to create a 0 byte file? For example, in interview, they ask this question, how to create a 0 byte file? What is the logic to create a 0 byte file? Hello?
We can use Unix commands.
Okay, so Unix command. What is that command?
Maybe touch.
Yeah, touch, correct. Okay. So 0 byte file is nothing but file, text file without content, without data.
Data, yeah.
Okay. So sometimes they will test you with the basic fundamentals also, whether this guy has really experienced it or not. Okay. Right. SKGNO. Okay. So here you can see other files have the content like 1 KB. Right. So here in this file, we don't have data at all. So that means 0 KB. So if I try to open this, nothing is there. Okay. So this file now we are going to map in surrogate generation stage. So why we are going to map this? What is the purpose? So as I told you, like for every job execution, if a new transaction which is going to update in our system, so here we have to provide a unique number. Okay, so that is the reason we are calling this particular file here, and this file will helps us to give the number, the incremented number yesterday where we have left. Okay, but just imagine yesterday we have updated as our system by entering up 10 new transactions, and we have generated a surrogate key number starting from 1, 2, 3, okay, 4, 5, like that, and 10 entries are there. And today few more and new entries came, like 15 came. So now the surrogate key number should start from 11 onwards. Up to yesterday, it has generated 10. Now today in this batch run, now we need to generate the number starting from 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So like that, we have to generate, we have to keep on giving the sequence number. So that is the reason here I'm calling this file. Okay. So no content file, 0-byte file. You can see here. Okay. So now this has to be called in surrogate key generation stage. Okay. Surrogate key generation stage. So go here at the right side, a arrow button, click on that arrow button. And here you can see browse for a file. Click on that, browse for a file. And now you need to go to the respective, you need to go to respective file. Okay, so this is the one, right? skg_no. Generate keys from last highest value. What does it mean?
Last number, last digit, 10.
Yes. Okay. So, and here you need to remember one thing: when you are generating sequence number, you have to generate the data stage job execution in sequential mode. So let it be parallel mode. What happens? Okay, so we'll see that now. So here we have created a new column. So now what I will do is I will map this as a first column, and tech name I'm mapping it as a second column. Drag and drop. Okay. So the tech name column I have given here for you to understand the concept. Okay. Now click on OK. Now define the target file, sequential target file, like the providing the file name, all the stuff. So go to target. Already there is one file. Okay, let's delete that file. skg number op. Output I will give txt. Now here you can say click on OK. So let's see whether I have defined double quotes or not. Okay. So nullability no. Double quotes, let it be double quotes. Let's see what happens. And first line is a column name. Let's consider that. Click on OK. Now save this particular job. So I have to click on compile button. When I clicked on compile button, it is asking a reminder saying that Do you want to save this job? Yes, I need to save. Okay. The tool will help us to generate the programs with the navigations. That is the power of DataStage. Okay. So go here at the June folder and name I will give June 23, June 23, and access is surrogate key. Surrogate key. Yeah, okay. Okay, so your name should be unique in the repository. So click on save. So if you have any network issue, I will give the YouTube link also. So just a minute. Copy this streaming link. Okay. So you can watch in YouTube also. You have low internet bandwidth. So job compilation is in progress. Yeah, it got completed now. Compilation got completed. Now the next step is we need to run the job. Okay. So click on close. Okay, so before running the job, we will delete the files in the target. Okay, so that it won't confuse us. Now let's run the job. Click on run button. Okay, so here job got completed, guys. Now let's see the output. Okay, how. So here you can see. So we have given the double quotes, right? So that is the reason here it has double quotes. Now let's remove the double quotes. So here the number is getting generated. Okay. So for example, if I run this job again, let's see what happens. So here it is generating a sequence number. That's fine. So
None, sir. Yeah.
you can give none. You can give none, or you can remove that. Okay. If you give single quotes will come. Okay. So here surrogate key number, let's consider as an integer. Okay. And length is monitor to define the length. It will take default length. Click on OK. Now rerun the job. So here now, guys, here you can see the content. Something is there in this file that has been created. Okay. So only DataStage can understand this. DataStage native language. So it has some content. So this file, when normally no one will have access to this, only admin guys. Okay. If somebody delete the file, content of the file, then it impacts the business. Okay, so that should not happen. Okay. Yeah, so now let's read on this job again.
Sir, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After why it came 1001, 1002, 1003, sir.
That is due to parallelism. But
In
then,
sequential, it will come 6, sir.
it will come 6 in order.
Oh,
So this is the second run. Let's see what will be the output. Okay. So now let's see the output is. So next instance, you can see it is generating a sequence number, but it's not in order. Okay. Now I will make some change in the job. Okay. So I will execute in sequential mode. Then you see the difference, guys. So here I have converted from parallel mode to sequential mode. So sequential mode is nothing but it is like in a one order. Okay, so one node. Okay, so there is no concept of parallelism and all. Okay. Now here you can see so here you can see the output of a job not completed. So in earlier exercise, what is the difference? The earlier run. Sorry, not exercise, earlier run. So it has first, it is in two nodes, right? When running in parallel mode, it is in two nodes, right? It will
Yes, sir.
consider system default 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, it started with 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. 10 records are there. The second run it starts from 6 and 1006, like that. Up to its end with 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. So now here it is, if you convert into sequential, what happens? It started from 11. The same number will be keep on getting incremented here. Okay. So now what I will do is I will delete the content that generates the surrogate key number. So it has some content inside of the file. So what I will do, I will control A, press delete. And you need to click on save as this file. Okay. So if now I will rerun this job again. Let's see what happens. So job started running. Now let's see. Yeah, it got completed. Right. So now let's go and check the output, guys. So it started with 1 again. Okay. So now I will do some modification in the job. So that modification is this one. I will enter 15 transactions and I will rerun the job. So now where the surrogate key number will generate? Where the surrogate key number will generate?
16 onwards.
16? No, here in the last run, it's ended with 10. So now if in this run, we have given 15 records. So that means the number will be allocated from 11 onwards, not from 16. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So here, this 15 I have given, it's a entry of the data. Okay. Don't get confused. Entry of the mock data, number of records to be generated. Okay. Yeah, so job started running.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, so here from where it is started?
11 hours. Yeah.
11 onwards. Now, if I run this job again, where the number will be generated? Where the surrogate key number will be generated? So here we have generated how many numbers? From if I run this job again.
Yeah.
So what is the number that will generate it?
26.
Yeah, correct. We will run the job again. Okay, so here you can see job got completed. Generated from 26 to 40. Okay. Is it clear, guys, how this surrogate keys will work?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Yeah, what about others? Only few people are responding.
Sir, for example, in source path, we can delete that content again. It will start at 11, 1 to 10.
Yeah.
That 0 byte, we can again keep it on 0 byte, means it will start at again 1 to 10 like that.
Yeah, starting from 1, exactly.
Okay.
So that is the reason normally in real time they won't give access. Okay.
Okay.
To that particular file. So it is there will be a security folder. In that security folder, they will keep all these things, all these files. So only admin will have access to this folder. Okay.
Okay. Sir.
And here one more thing I need to discuss before moving to the next topic. So here we have flat file option, and other option here we have is like database sequence. So database sequence, it supports only two databases. One is Oracle and DB2. Okay. So your warehouse is built in Teradata. Now this cannot work. So preferred way to generate surrogate key is by using this flat file only. Okay. Flat file option. Yeah, right. So now let's move on to another exercise. By using transformer stage, how we can implement surrogate keys. Okay. So click on OK. Click on save. So here delete this drag and drop transformer stage. We can implement the same concept using transformer stage. Okay. So now double click on transformer stage, guys. Okay. So here consider column auto match. Okay. So now we need to generate a number, pass this sequence surrogate key number. Click on the derivation and go to functions. In the functions, we have options like as num, as integer. Go to here, utility, and click on the next surrogate key number. Okay, so this is one thing. And here you have to call the file. How you have called the file? Click on stage properties, go to surrogate key. Okay. So here this concept surrogate stage variables we have discussed, looping variables we have discussed. Looping variables, I recommend to watch one video. How many of you have watched that? So on last Friday class. After that, I have shared one video. If you don't watch, stage variable, then I have shared one more video to watch iteration, looping variable.
Okay, sir.
So that I will share one more time. That share with you all one more time, so that please watch that video. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, now surrogate keys. So here now we have to define particular path. Okay. So go to file. Okay. So let's create a new file, or you can use the existing file. So let's use the existing file. Now before that, let's delete the content here. Click on save. So now it has been converted to 0.5 file. So we have to go to that particular path and call that file. Okay. So it is considered a project level. We don't want that project level. Now go to source folder. Yes. So this is the one. Click on OK. So here the same story. Database sequence, it supports databases like Oracle and DB2. Okay. Okay, so now click on OK. Okay. So here, size allocation and all, you have to consider systems allocated block, or you can define your own block. So better to consider system selected block size. Okay. Okay, so if you want to provide initial value, you can provide initial value as 0, and I think no need to define this. Click on OK. Now click on OK. And make sure that your job runs in sequential mode. So how we can set into sequential mode? You need to go to stage properties. From here, you need to go to advanced. In the advanced, click on the execution mode and choose sequential, and then click on OK. And finally click on OK. Okay. So in the target also, I will delete this particular file and I will rerun the job. Okay. Save, compile, and rerun the job. Okay. So now run the job, please. Click on run. Okay. So now let's see the output, guys. So here we have 15 records, right? So that is the reason 1 to 15. And if I run this job again, it starts from 16 onwards. Okay. Now let's run the job. So here you can see the data. 16 onwards, okay? So this is surrogate case. Generation by using transformer stage. Okay. So any questions, guys? Do you have any questions? Do you have? All good? No doubts? Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, only few people are responding. So Monday onwards, please watch recording. Okay, so the. Okay, right.
Yes. Sir. Yeah. No
Now
doubts.
no doubts. Now let's move on to containers. So what is container? Why we use containers? What is a container?
If you want to move some material from whatever to bank in logistics, we use
Oh, that
containers.
is container. Okay. So in data stage also we have container. So container here, normally containers means logistic purpose will use the container. It will store some information. It will store some goods, material and all.
Anything. Yeah.
Reusability.
Yes, yes. So yeah, I'm coming there. So containers in data stage, that will be calling it as in that container, we will store a logic. And that particular logic is reused in other jobs. Okay. So here we have two types of containers. One is local container. Local container is mainly used in the specific job. So what is meant by specific job? What is meant by specific job? It is used on the logic is implemented only the given specific job. Okay. So given specific job. Okay. And this cannot be reused in other job. And shared container. So shared container used across the project. So the logic is used across the project. Okay. So now let's see here. For example, I want to create a container. Okay, so let's imagine. So just now we have created a logic for this particular transformer stage. Okay. So here this is the logic that we have implemented. Okay, so in the logic we have defined this thing. And if you want to implement the same logic in other job, so what we can do is highlight this particular portion and go to edit. And here you can see the option container. Click on local. So when you click on local, it will create a local container. Okay. So this is the container, and this container can be used in the same jobs in other area. So for other tax, for example, if you can tax calculation or stage variables that reuse in some other area in the same job. So in that case, this container will be used. Okay. So how we can deconstruct a container? Right click, deconstruct. Click on OK. So for example, I have not enabled anything here. Now, if I try to go to edit and until if you don't highlight anything, it won't reflect actually. The container won't be reflected here actually. So here what you need to do is you need to come up with the plan and the highlighted area you need to click on that. Okay, and shade. Click on shade. So as soon as you click on shade, what happens is it will ask us to save the container. Okay, so here okay, so use the shade container here. Container. Give some name, okay. Now click on save. Okay, so now the shared container has been created. Okay. So we can see this container. So this container is stored in repository and I want to use it in some other job. Okay. So for example, I want to create some other job. Use row generator stage. Now what I will do is I want define transformer all stuff and all. Okay. So now what I will do, I will call this container, drag and drop, map the container. Now map the file. So here defining the container and all, we have taken time, right? But if you want to reuse in some other job, just drag and drop the container in the job canvas window, and wherever if you want to use it. So now defining the logic and all, we have saved the time. So that is the advantage of this containers. Okay. So this is the file. Okay. Double quotes none. I have removed that totally. So now we need a column, right? Click on OK. So here I will change some, I will do here some alteration to the data. Okay. So second value I will enter BigQuery. Okay. So click on OK. So data will be cyclically repeated. So here let's consider 10 records. Okay. So in the target, where we have left? We have left here 30, right? Okay. Now let's define the shared container. Okay. So go to input. You have to go to columns. Okay. So columns we have to construct from the container. Okay. And here you have to validate the columns. Okay, similarly, and let's do the same exercise for output also. So here we can bring everything from the container, reconcile from the container. So here you need to select the mapping link. Okay. So then you have to go to columns. Then here you can see reconcile from container. Automatically it will be pulled because it is stored in the container. So no need to define the column names and all here again. Why? Because the container itself contains all the data and that can be reused. Okay. So now what we can do, guys, output also done. So just we need to map the input output. That's it. Here I have not defined any logic and all. Okay. So click on OK. So this has been defined, right? Yeah. Click on OK. Now save this job. Okay. So click on save. So here, if you use containers, we have saved time. So that is the advantage of containers. Compile the job. Click on run. It's not running.
In real time, we don't use container, right? This-
Yeah, we will use. It depends upon project need. Okay. So job started running. I think it got completed also. Yeah, right. Now let's see the output. You can see the output timing changed. 8788. Okay. So it started from 31st onwards, 31st to 40, 10 records. So here we have changed it to BigQuery, right? It's not reflecting why. So here the column here we have considered not from the container, from the container already existing stored value. One second, what's happening here? Oh, I have not clicked on applied. That is the problem. You understand the issue, guys? Did you understand the issue? Now if we click on view, so here I have not clicked on applied. Just simply close. So that is the issue. Only data stage just came. Okay. See here, The data is in repetitive cyclic or DataStage BigQuery like that. Now we will run this job again. Click on OK. Save, compile, and rerun this job again. Okay. So before, when I define BigQuery, I have not clicked on apply. So whenever if you are generating a mock data, you have to click on apply, then only it will update into the row generator stage. Okay. So now before running the job, let's see the surrogate key last highest value 40. Okay. So let's me delete this job. Delete this file. Okay. Now click on run. So once the file is appearing here, then we can say job got completed. So job started running. You can see in the log. Okay. So minimize this. So how this window will come? Control L. If you press Control L, you can see this window. Okay. So here you can move the job. If you have opened multiple jobs, here we can move one from one job to another job. Okay. Control L from your keyboard. Okay. So job started running. So once the file is appear here, that means job got completed, guys. So that is the indication. Okay, so here you can see the file. So it starts from 41. Okay. So to save time, we can use this containers automation process. Okay. So that's it for today, guys. And there are some other development and debugging stages. Okay, so column generator, it will create a mock data, and it has let me walk through that. Okay, so there is a pre-recorded session that you need to watch. So before that, let me walk through so that you will have an idea. Okay, so here you can see this. Row generator we have discussed. Column generator is also the same. Like we will generate a column. That particular column we are not receiving from source. We are receiving from the target. I mean, we need to load it in target. That column is needed in target. So how from source if we are not getting that column, how we can generate in the target? So we cannot generate in the target. We have to generate at the intermediate level, that is data processing level. So column generator stage or a transformer will help us to create that column. Okay. And the next one is head stage. For example, I want to display top 10 records out of 100 records are there in my source file. I need to pass only top 10 records. Okay. So by using head stage, we can achieve this. And tail stage, bottom end records. Okay, last rows. Okay, so if you are running with the partition, it will consider with the partition number. Okay, so better to change the job in sequential mode so that you can understand better. Okay, so if you give the node here, oh, okay, so if you are running in 2 nodes, okay, so 50 records are there. So what it will consider is each node it will consider 10 records, 10 records if you use head stage. Okay, so if you don't want to happen that way and consider the job should run in sequential mode so that you can understand the output. I mean, like if you give 10, first 10 records will be displayed in the output. Okay, similarly, tail
Yes.
stage, bottom,
Can we
bottom.
specify the number of records, how many we want?
Yeah, that we have to specify.
Okay.
That we have to specify. Okay, and we have other stages like sample. User has shared some 1 million record data file, and I don't want to do the entire. I want to do some sample checks. What I can do is I need only 10% record. I need to bring it to another file, and that file I can use it for my analysis purpose. Sample 10 records. If you give sample 10, we can send the multiple links, multiple sample to different files. Okay, so here what we can do here, we have to provide the percentage, 10%, 20%, like that. And peak. And right range map stage. So peak is, we have discussed about the peak, right? Handling the rejects and the right range map is used for creating a range partition. That file has to be created. Okay, so you can watch the recording. Okay, so that you'll get clarity. So if you have any questions in that video, you can reach out to me.